On the shores of Lake Erie lies a relic from a bygone era. The Nanticoke Generating Station was at one time the largest coal-fired power plant in North America. But with the Government of Ontario committed to the elimination of coal power, it has long since reached its best before date. The Nanticoke Generating Station is located on the northern shore of Lake Erie in Haldimand County, Ontario. The first all-important stage of this demolition will focus on the removal of two iconic stacks located on the southern portion of the property. These massive stacks come in at a staggering height of 650 feet and will need to be brought down safely and efficiently. That's where AIM-Delsan steps in.
AIM-Delsan was hired by OPG to decommission and demolish the Nanticoke Thermal Generating Station. One of the key dates is to have the two 650-foot stacks down by February 28th. In order to successfully accomplish this, we had to set up a team of very experienced engineers that included Rakowski Energetics and DST Consulting. Our main focus on this project is ensuring that the stacks fall in the direction that we want them to fall. It's got to be very precise. Just towards the north of us, we have a powerhouse, which right now we're currently doing asbestos abatement. And to the south of the stacks, we have a 4-bay water intake channel that is feeding the town of Haldimand, and we can't risk having anything go wrong. There was definitely a lot of preparation involved with this. And we also had the stacks dynamically modeled. We wanted to make sure that our calculations and everything we put in place was actually going according to plan.
Like they have been for months, crews are on site getting ready as blast day rapidly approaches.
The task today is to prepare these two 650-foot stacks for explosive toppling. In the background you can see we're preparing the inner flues for the demolition. We're loading the nitroglycerin-based explosives and a non-electric initiation system.
AIM-Delsan drills the holes based on the advice of their structural engineer and our input as well. Then we come in, explosives arrive on site. From there on, the site is totally secured. Explosive industry has advanced tremendously. You probably have seen it in the movies. They light it and they walk away. That doesn't happen anymore. Now they know precisely what percent error is in there, which is very small.
Despite the precise nature of today's explosive demolition technology, safety remains top priority. And this job is even a little trickier than your standard stack demo.
Well, I think the uniqueness of the two stacks that we have to deal with is the 4 inner flues create a bit of a challenge, but typically you would see a single flue in a stack this size, but having 4 individual structures on the inside virtually makes us blast 5 stacks within the one.
And 5 times the stacks means 5 times the preparation work.
There's been a tremendous amount of research structurally just to know how to prepare the stack, offset its weight, and guarantee with the blast patterns that we actually kick the legs out from underneath it and we have a positive move forward with it.
Pretty much the stacks are dropped like a tree. You would create a mouth or an opening or a wedge in the front. You cut the back to release the tension, and you leave 2 walls on either side, which will be blasted using the dynamite. The dynamite will blast the walls and will cause the stack to go in the direction of where the mouth is.
I was impressed with the level of professionalism on behalf of AIM-Delsan, the way they have prepared the site to be a safe site for us to do our job.
The fencing that you see presently on there is actually to stop debris from launching forward or out. With the building directly adjacent to us, there's an ongoing asbestos abatement, so we can't make any penetrations in the wall there, so we need to contain as much of the flying debris as possible.
To contain that debris on a larger scale, the minds at AIM-Delsan have come up with a plan and executed it with precision in the weeks preceding explosive demo.
We had to do a lot of protection to protect the 4-bay, protect the powerhouse. We had to build walls out of steel and scrap in order to contain a lot of the particles or a lot of the concrete that was going to become airborne from the blast itself.
With their blast protection in place and explosives installed, the team wires them up.
This is basically a detonating cord. It's a rope, if you will, with a hollow core inside. And that hollow core is filled with 25 grain of PETN, and that basically what detonates explosives in the stack.
The site is ready for blast day, and as the sun rises the next morning, the crew awakens with it. They'll have an eye on the weather report as they do a final safety walk. Unexpectedly high winds could threaten their scheduled 8:30 a.m. blast time.
We spent the last couple of months preparing for this day, removing all the redundant material around it, demolishing structures that were in the way, clearing up the area. We've set up exclusion zones 1,000 meters into the Lake Erie. We want to try to keep people out from encroaching. We want to make sure everybody's safe. We also have established 500-meter exclusion zones to the north, the east, and the west. Our site is secure. Everything is in place. We're ready to blast. And no job is so important that we can't take the time to do it safely.
I don't think any of this is going to move, so it should be okay. Yeah, perfect. No problem.
The site passes its final once-over with flying colors, and Mother Nature eventually cooperates, pushing blast time to 11 a.m. The crew wires up the stack explosives to the cutting-edge detonator located a safe distance away.
Go ahead, this is Fire Truck 1.
Fire Truck 1, sound for 1 minute.
The moment of truth has arrived. It's go time.
All stations, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fire stack 1. Fire stack 2. All stations, stand by for all clear. Stand by. I think that's a success.
Mission accomplished. The twin stacks at the Nanticoke Generating Station have been reduced to a pile of rubble.
It was a big day. It was a lot of running around in the morning, and finally it happened. You prepare for weeks and even months for an event like that, and it's all over in less than 10 seconds. So it was a success all around.
The level of preparation that went into this project is probably unprecedented as far as my experience is concerned. So the bar has been set higher again. And obviously with this experience, we're going to be taking that to any other project going forward. It's all about a lot of planning on all three parties that were involved. The planning's taken months, and here we are with the results, and the results speak for themselves.
The success of the job was seriously on the preparation and all the effort about the engineering and all the prep work we did in the back. The communication was very good, and everyone participated on the realization of this big work, big job. And I think seriously everyone worked together and buy-in, and that's a result.
We were able to identify all the hazards on site, and with the help of management and our own workers and staff, we were able to execute this safely. Anything that was identified was mitigated through our own health and safety controls. So it made it a very successful drop at the end of the day.
The stacks fell right on mark. They fell exactly as planned. As a safety manager, I can't say enough good things about the way we executed this work from a safety perspective all the way to execution. I've been present and been part of a lot of drops, and this one was by far the best.
2 650-foot stacks removed safely and efficiently, and the Nanticoke skyline has been altered forever. The Government of Ontario can continue their mission to usher in a greener future for generations to come. And none of it would have been possible without the partnership of Delsan AIM, DST, and Rakowski.